How do?
Only by computer could they be calculated and for the first time pictorially described. The art of computer graphics is only in its infancy.
Just find the right place in the program, make the appropriate change, and we'll run the whole thing again.
The computer converts these numbers into impulses that cause sound waves to come directly from a loudspeaker.
Speech is still very complicated. Music is simpler.
The entire musical score accompanying this film was composed on a computer that can produce nearly endless variations of sounds.
Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer to a poor dog carried. But you look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for two.
Oh dear, afternoon, good afternoon. We're back on again. Let's get right to it. So, we're going to continue where we left off. On the base plastics. Alright, yeah, so we've got that one sorted. Let's sort out this bit, the final cut. So to do a cut, we've got to delete some stuff. Just delete a bit of stuff here, like that. In order to get a cut, an outside cut, so we should be able to do. Let's just have a look at the settings, make sure the settings are good. Yeah, everything is good. Yeah. So we'll bring down. Oh, we've got to do an outside cut. That's it, that's an outside cut. And we'll generate the code. And we're going to call it something different now. Base plastics, bottom front, outside cut. That's it, yeah, that's all it is. Okay. Have we finished? Is that it? No, doesn't look right, does it? Doesn't look right. Why has it got me held like that? Strange. Right, let's just see. Ah. It won't give me no graphics because I've got to bring the safe area down to here. And line it up like that. And then I've got to do the generate the graphics, and it's still the outside cut. Overwrite. There we go, that's better. That's better. So let's try it out for size. Let's bring this over here and we'll load up the one we did this morning, and that's it there. So that's the CNC. It starts from there, and if you run it, it'll pilot all the holes with whatever drill bit you've got in it, or milling bit. 3mm, so these will be 3mm holes cut through 6mm plastic. Then it cuts out the squares and pockets 33% of 6mm. That's cutting straight through the 6mm, 1/2 mil a time. Same again till it gets to the end. Oh, that don't look right, does it? Why doesn't that look right? Why does that look like it's not connected to that? That's weird. We need to have a look at that. Back to the model. Right, why does that look like it's disconnected? Strange. Okay, go back to the... Let's have a look around it. Right. So... It's doing the pocket, but it's not joining it. That's the tool path. So maybe that's... Maybe the bit goes... It's 3mm. Well, that's going to be 2mm. It's 2mm deep and 4mm across. Let's try a different angle. Right, they're all the same, so it must be alright. Yeah, it's got to be alright. We'll have to do a test, so let's load the cutting out bit now. The outside cut, and... Can we get back to the original drawing? I'm not. Probably not, so what we'll do is I'll close it, I'll open it again, and I'll go that cut. Right, so it's going to go round 13 times, so that's it. So it's just going to jump.
CQ Summits on the air, M1 HAX portable, CQ Summits on the air. This is Mike 1, Hotel Alpha X-Ray portable, Summits on the air station. QSY 325,
right, yeah, that's okay.
QSY 325.
Right, so that's that. So let's get back over to this. So it did do it. Now it only programs the tool path. So if it says I've got 3mm, if you can measure it actually, you can go like this from there to there. It's only 1.5mm. So that the tool path stops there, but because you're using a 3mm end mill, the drill will actually reach to there anyway. So it will clear that bit that it doesn't look like it's going to clear, because it's just showing the tool path. Right, so that's those two done. Okay, now I need to do bottom rear. So the first thing we can do is have a look. So we need to explode it. We said we're going to do this one different, didn't we? Alright, let's just move the line up here out the way a minute. We said we're going to do this one different, so we're going to cut these out. So we're going to go in here and select all this. And we're going to make it so it likes to... So I'm going to cut it, come out of it, paste it in place. Right, then we're going to cut it again. Go into it and then paste it in place. Now, that looked like it didn't do anything. Alright, so then we've got to explode it. So we're going to go like that and explode it. Right, and then we're going to see if we can put the holes on them, see if they'll snap. Yeah. Exception in plunge tool, your drawing is not flat. Right, okay. My drawing is not flat, yeah, because I haven't flattened it. So I need to go end on. And we need to delete the bottom bit. So let's do it end on like that. And we've got to make it flat. So just take a little while. Right, tell you what I'm doing now, I'm starting to... Okay, I got you because I locked it, didn't I? I did lock it, so it's only possible to delete the bits we're deleting, that's good. Okay, so we're there. I need to have a quick look. Yeah, we're still good. So I'll go back to there. I need to bring it down to the surface. Alright, okay. Now have a look from above. So we're there, that's good. Right, so we now should be able to do plunge. Yeah, it likes the plunge now. Oh, hang on. What have we done? Right, I suppose we could plunge it. Let's undo the cutting, undo the move, undo the erase. What? Redo the cutting plunge. Right, so, then let's go on there. Right, okay. Right, so we need to reverse the face, is it? No, it's not the right colour. Okay, so we'll go this mode. Right, that's okay. Okay, let's plunge them. Plunge them. So we're plunging them okay at the minute, and they snap into two more. Right, that's the holes done. So now we need to just tidy up the cut, put some lines in. That's it, and some lines. Oh no, not there. We don't want that line. Maybe we do. I don't know if we want that one or not. We definitely want this one. And we want that one. And that one.
Hello, CQ Summits on the air, CQ SOTA.
So that means we'll need
This is Mike 1, Hotel
that
Alpha
one.
X-Ray Portable, CQ Summits on the air, CQ 77s, CQ M1 HAX Portable, CQ.
I could shout him, but I'd blow his windows
a
out.
couple of stations there, M7 AEG and the other one. Should we go down to, say, 450?
Okay, oh yeah, we got to draw that one. Okay, what's that like? Sort of. Right, so we should be able to do the pockets next. Weekend. Lock slide, weekend, yeah. No work for me this Saturday. Hello mate, how are you? Nice to see you again. You doing okay? No work now. Well, this work is just, it's nice work, the one I'm doing here, it's just okay. Yeah, it's not really work, this one, it's not work, but it is work, but it's not work, if you know what I mean. I don't mind doing this. Right, let's put some pockets in. So we've got to make sure we select 33. Oh, we're still on 33% from earlier. That's okay then. I'll put pocket there. We've got to get a line across that so we can do a pocket. Pocket there. Pocket there. Pocket there. And down here. And there. So that's the pockets. Now the inside cut. The inside cut. There's an inside cut. And there's an inside cut. There's an inside cut. That's an inside cut. And this one. Inside cut. And that's an inside cut. So there's the inside cuts done. Which is fine. Well, what I didn't do is copy all that first. That was a shame. That was a mistake, wasn't it? Right, might be able to do it still. That's a shame I didn't cut that first. Let's try and copy it. Let's just copy it. So I've copied it, but I no longer need the G code on it, so I'd have to select it all and rub out the G code. Then I've got to, well, I don't have to, but let's tidy it up. Alright, because these just want the perimeter, but let's tidy it up. It's got unwanted G code remnants in it. Oh, don't want to do that. Just get rid of it, because otherwise it'll confuse the hell out of it when it comes to try to mill it out. It might see some leftover G code. We don't want that. So there is a work. It's like washing a car on a weekend for me. It's work, but it's that's not work. Yeah, it is work. It's work, but when you do the first one, it's not work. If you know what I mean. If someone says I want 100, then there'll be a problem because it's work. Yeah. Right, so we've got rid of all that. So all we've got left, we've just got to get rid of that bar there. Because what we want is, we want to be able to cut it all the way around. We're going to have to get rid of these as well, I think. Yeah, because it'll try to cut into it. We don't want to confuse it. Okay, so there's no G-code left in it, and all we want is a nice outside cut, so let's just save it. Let's give it an outside cut. That's it. Done. It's done. It's turned it white for some reason. Why has it turned it white? So undo, create face, undo. What's it doing? Right, so it's sent it crazy already, see? So you've got to rub it out. Right, something. Right, it's the right colour there, but it decided to turn it into something else. Okay, let's try again. Outside cut. Okay, it's done it, it's just changed the colour, doesn't matter. Right, so save that. So we're going to create the G-code for this one now, so we bring this... Actually, where's my lines gone? Why are the lines gone? That's some weird stuff, that is. Right, so let's measure it. 640, I think it was, wasn't it?
CQ SOTA, CQ 70, CQ summits on the air, CQ summits on the air.
No.
Mike 1,
Oh, 580.
X-ray portable, CQ 70, M1 HAX.
600.
CQ 70, CQ SOTA, M1 HAX.
580. Right, then we go up 10. Right, so that's not right. Oh. Yeah, that's not right. No. What's that there? That's 10. So we need to come off that one. And then go up 10. I don't know why their two lines were missing. Anyway, they're back again. Right, so we've done that one. We've done that one. Must have deleted it by accident. So we need to put this over here, and it should snap to it. Yeah, it snapped to it. Right, so we're going to output that G-code. Let's output that, so we've got to call this is the bottom rear. So we did bottom front, bottom rear. And it's not an outside cut, it's a
CQ summits on the air, CQ SOTA, M1 HAX, CQ.
Bottom rear, plastics bottom rear, inside cut, and pockets 33%. Right, so that's the rear one. Save. Okay, so it's created the G-code. Then we've got to do a. Well, we'll have a look at. We'll have a look first. So we'll load that G-code up into here.
Hello, CQ summits
rear inside cut pockets.
M1HAX portable, CQ SOTA.
So this is the opposite side, so let's have a quick look. So it should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 plus 1, half a mil a tool path, and then you got 33% of 6 mil. Looks about right. Does it look right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a bit. 6 and a bit, 33%. You got 12. 1, 2, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a bit. 6. What went wrong there then? That's not right. It shouldn't be that deep. Right. I think I must have deleted it and start again. Let's go back to the model. Right. So let's delete this a minute. Right, so we've got to rub out that. Oh, hang on. The cuts are okay, but the pocket's not going. It's not going down enough. The pocket. It's going down too much. It's going down too much. So you have to get rid of it and do it again. It's defaulted back to 50%. We don't want 50%. Yeah, we don't want 50%. We only want... Can I select more than one? Maybe. Right, so we want 33%, not 50%. Okay, so let's try again. Pocket. See, it's gone back to 50%. Bottom right hand corner, so we need to say 33%. Alright, so that'll give us that. And that. Right, so we need to save it and do it again. Inside cut and pocket 33%, yeah. Let's overwrite that file. Let's load it back again. There it is. Yeah, so it's only... That's right now. It's got 4 out of 12, which is 33% plus a bit, yeah. Okay, so that is good so far. Let's just have a look at these. Yeah, they're alright. They're okay. Yeah, okay. It's okay. So we can run, and it's got the single plot, G-code plot, so if we run it, it'll drill the holes first. Yeah, drilling the holes first with whatever bit you put in it, and then it'll do the pockets and cut out the hole. Yeah, so that's good. Right, that'll do. I think I'll watch it play to the end, but it should be fine. Should be fine. So the 12 times is cuts all the way through the 6mm plastic, half a mil deep every tool path. Right, that's done. that is good, so let's concentrate on the next one. Right, so so once we've done that, we just need to cut it out, which is this one here. So we bring the safe area over to this. That's it. And we just cut the thing out of the plastic sheet. So, right, this one's going to be called outside cut. Outside cut. There we go. So it's the base plastics bottom rear outside cut. So save that. Creates a new file and we should be able to load it up. I'm open to get Lock Slide says I'm open to get on a PC today, maybe do some Arduino. Oh, fair play. But having 3 kids is rough on free time. Yeah, just get them involved if they're old enough. Teach them while they're young, but I used to say that all the time, but then when I do it and nothing comes of it, I think maybe they shouldn't. But anyway, now you know what I would rather buy your access code rather than spend time to making it. Yeah, it took me a long time. And if I'd have known how long it was going to take, I wouldn't have started probably. I thought, nah, bugger it. And if I knew it, I couldn't shift them, or didn't know how to shift them. Making it's one thing, designing a prototype's one thing, and then trying to turn that prototype into a product is another thing, totally. And then, so the easiest thing is designing a prototype. That's the easiest. Then trying to bring it into a product so it's ready to fit to be a product, and then trying to sell it. So you go from one level, you go design it, then you got to go make it into a product, which is not the same again. It's like times 10. And then when you want to sell it, market it, it's like times 10 again. Exponentially grows. Yeah, but I mean, if you want to do it, you've got to, you want to do it, you do it. Very fun to watch. This is very fun to watch. BTW. Don't know SketchUp very well. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm still learning myself, but I've forgotten more than I know. But so if you use it years ago, then you come back to it with a gap, you got a bit of a learning again. Like Kiddy's Magic with a blender and video animation. Wants to make me move. Yeah, brilliant. Oh, the tool blender, yeah. Yeah. Comes with Visual Studio, doesn't it, Blender, if I remember right? Is that right? I think it does. Not really done anything with Blender. I have some good ideas for work, but I don't have the time to do it all. Yeah. Every creative person has got 10 ideas a day. 9 of them are insane. 1 is fantastic, brilliant. 1 of them will be brilliant idea. Amiga OS on modern hardware. Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is. I use Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code, and you can program it, set yourself up, and then you can create the art. You do an emulation. Wait till. If there is a way to use, yes, I will wait till then. Tell you here. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't brought it up for a while now. Since I've reinstalled, I don't know if I've set it up yet. Probably not a good idea to start it up, but yeah. Well, the whole idea is to use your PC to program it, if you want to speed it up a bit. I used to make utilities for the Amiga years ago, utility disks. Yeah, I wrote a few simple things, but just a few simple interactions with the kernel. Is there a way to use? Yeah. Right. Anyway, yeah. This series will ultimately end up on something like that. Creating some code to go with the hardware. In order to interact with the hardware we're going to create, we're going to need some either machine code or preferably C, some C++. If it's, just because I can do a bit of C now with doing Arduino for years. I can do a bit of C. It's probably not exactly the same, but very close. Omar Guerrero, welcome. Omar Guerrero, is there a way to use Amiga OS on modern hardware? Yeah. Well, you do emulation, yeah. If so, would be interested to see CD, TV, and other similar product onto modern PC builds. Stopped scrolling when I saw this channel and kept watching now. Oh, you're having a conversation between the two. Yeah, fair play. Fair play. Yeah, I mean, you get Visual Studio Code and there's Amiga stuff. I don't know if I've set it back up since. So I had to reinstall my whole computer. And I've probably not put it back on. But there's loads of example code out there. There's YouTube videos on how to set develop an environment up on Visual Studio Code with some extensions and plugins. And you can use emulation. So Win UAE emulator, then you can control that. You can even open that up, and you have to get your own ROMs there, that sort of thing. Why the community hasn't bought this complete ecosystem of the Amiga off the owners yet, I don't know, and that made it open source. I mean, the Amiga was supposed to be it was the users thing. They love the Amiga. Should have been open source years ago, and whoever bought it up, snapped it up for a few $1,000. Fair play for them to snapping it up, but if they're going to snap it up, they should have put it out as to the community. Yeah, I mean, like a modern PC. Yeah, it's a huge subject. Some of the old school Amigans, they can't get it out of their system. A story. I won't mention any names. There was a bunch of us, and there was a couple of colleagues. We'd go round to this. Me and my mate would go round to this guy's house, and his missus bought him an Amiga 500 for Christmas, I think. Not sure. Anyway, up until that point, he's a worker. He had a mortgage. He was buying his house. He was totally committed, and once he had that Amiga, it blew his mind. And no longer was he interested in going to work or paying a mortgage. The only thing he wanted to do was to be able to go on his Amiga. to the detriment of everything else. What a shame. But I mean, he was totally and utterly encapsulated and fascinated with it. And a lot of us were at the time. We've all got someone to thank for introducing us to it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you're chatting amongst yourselves there or what. Don't know. You got hooked on Amiga, yeah. Well, in the end, he moved out of his house. He abandoned his wife and kid. He abandoned his mortgage. He moved into a flat with his Amiga, and he, a bit like a trucker, when he sat in his truck driving along Route 66. He's driving along, and he's got such a smile on his face. And I say, no detriment to the truck drivers or anyone. He's never more happier than like a pig in a pigsty, a pig in shit. That's what I say. Never happier. Yeah. Yeah. So they. Yeah, it's not good as a social thing sometimes, but you get totally encapsulated in it. You can be. To the detriment of everything else. Train spotting, yeah, it is. But you wouldn't know if you can imagine all your computers so far, they were literally black and white. Like a Commodore C16, right? Well, it had colour, but you switch it on, it looked like black and white basically until you started using the games and stuff. But then you get a few beeps and pops and whistles, and you think it's wonderful, and then all of a sudden, your mate gets the latest one. My mate was into graphics. He was a design student, so he wanted the best one for graphics. So he went and selected the one that was best for graphics. And then we liked it so much, he convinced everyone to gather all their spare cash. Get their spare cash together. People couldn't afford computers, not at £400 a touch, just for a basic wedge Amiga 500. The one he bought, the one we're building the case for now, you're looking at about £500 for a monitor and about £2,000 for the computer back in the day. So you've got to save your pennies up if you only did that if you was well into it, like, yeah. I know I sold my old computers, put it all together, put extra money to get this Amiga 500. Yeah. Nowadays you can get a nice GPU that runs riot over everything for $2,000. Yeah. I do a little bit of gaming in the past, but mainly use the graphics card for rendering. If I'm doing editing, video rendering, that's about it really. It's probably I don't know if it's using it at the minute while streaming, maybe. But we literally, me and my mate, we used to cycle round to different people's houses. So when they'd go and get an Amiga, they'd buy one. We'd go round and we'd just like cycle round and sort of drop in on them. They knew we were coming, but there weren't mobile phones and the stuff like there is now. You just go and knock the door. Hello, mate. And they'd be in there on their computer. They'd be playing it, no matter day or night. They'd be on playing Amiga, basically. Some of them were hooked on games. Some of them were using them for business. Some of them were programming them. They were fascinated and they started to program them. Whether it be basic or what, they just messed with them. That's probably me. Anyway, more interest in programming than playing them. Play the games, yeah. You get fascinated with them. Right, anyway, where was I? Outside cut, rear, there we go. So let's load that one up. Right, that looks strange. Why does that look so strange? Let's play that. So, that looks very strange to me. Seems to be going all the way around in circles. Something doesn't look right, does it?
Hello, CQ, Mike 7, Whiskey Uniform, Kilo Mobile, M7, WUK Mobile.
Yeah, there's probably some geometry in it. There'll be some geometry in it. It shouldn't be there. One of these days I'll get a gaming PC. I have a small form factor piece, like a little cube. It's okay for the budget. Yeah. Yeah, there's a problem there straight away with the gaming PC. Because I actually like playing the games on it. But in order to get work done and other kinds of work on it, I have to limit it to 10 minutes. It's quite easily, a lot of people would quit work and just sit, if they could, sit on it all day long. Never go to work. I know people like that who don't go to work, they just play on the computer. But you'd never get anything done other than playing a computer. So that's the problem. So they're great games, they're fantastic, but you can get taken over in them easily, probably. I don't blame the person who gets taken over by it, don't blame them at all. Anyway, so something went a bit weird here, so I'll tell you what we'll do. What we'll do is we'll scrap that one. Scrap that, and we'll get back the bottom rear. So let's just get another copy of the bottom rear. Bottom rear cover, that is, yeah, right, so we'll copy that out. And right, and we'll paste it in place. Paste. So we'll bring it here. I need to rotate it round. So it's upright. Then I need to bring it, move the safe area away, up to there, out the way. And get this on the corner. Which means we've got to actually the bottom bit will be nice for this. So what, we'll grab it by the corner, snap it to there. Should snap, yeah, it's snapped, that's good. Look at it on edge. Just make sure we've got the right one. We have. Now we've got to be careful when we select this because we've got one behind it. So that's a bit of a problem, the way I've done it. I normally do them sideways, but I've got the extra panels here, so we'll stick with it. Right, maybe I can just swing it round. No, it's difficult like that. So what I'll do is I'll bring the whole thing over here for a bit. Alright, we'll bring it over there, and nothing's in the way then. Apart from it's up in the air. So we only want the bottom of it, so make it unique. We're just going to cut out everything but the top. We're going to have to explode it. So cut everything out but the top. Which means we've got to get these off again. Is there an easier way of getting them off? Not sure. Just the vertical lines. Oh. Got the wrong one off. Yeah, it works so you can game. Yeah, that's it. I mean, nothing wrong with that. I'd like to do it as well. But I'm worried that once I start playing, I won't be able to stop. Won't be able to stop it. And probably there's no reason to stop it. Just think, I could be playing that now instead of doing this. I could be playing World of Warships or World of Tanks. Something like that. Instead of doing this. Am I mad? Yeah, a bit mad. So you don't miss what you don't desire what you've never missed, or something like that. Yeah, you never know what you've missed if you don't know what it is. Whatever. I haven't got a clue. Anyway, I'm stuck now, so that's it there. I need to bring it down to the floor. So we'll bring it down to the floor. There's going to be easier ways of doing this, but I'm using free tools, so free tools I'm trying to use. So that should be okay as it is. So I've just got to grab it by the horn, literally, and put it where I want it, over here. Okay, and look at it face on, or from above. Right, and all I've got to do now is put an outside cut on it. That's it. One, without anything else. Bring the safe area over. Yeah, we can ignore all this other geometry because we've already taken care of that up there. So if I output now the file and overwrite the rear outside cut. Right, so override the outside cut, then I go over to this. So you've got all this going on. It might just come up the same, but I don't trust it. So I'm going to load up this new one. See what I mean? See that? And that's because the undo tool, once you've applied it, the flat scripts, and you want to the outside cut, you try and erase it. It doesn't erase it. It leaves all the weird geometry. So when you go to cut it, your tool path, your CNC's going nuts. It's doing a bit here, it's stopping, it's lifting up, it's going all the way up the top. Do a bit there, then it stops and goes and does a bit more here, and you think, what the hell is it doing when it could just go around here and just follow the path around as it's going to do now. That's it. That's all it needs to do. It'll do it quickly. That's your cut. All you got to do is make sure you can count the number of passes. So 1 pass, 2 pass, 3 pass, 4 pass, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Because I told it was 6.2 millimeter thick, and to do 0.5 millimeter each pass. So it's done 12 plus an extra one for the 0.2. And that 0.2, that's to compensate for my bed not being absolutely flat. The CNC bed won't be flat. So the material will be up one end and lower the other. So if you compensate by having a little bit, telling it it's thicker than it actually is, you end up doing less touching up. You end up with it's not cut deep enough. It hasn't cut itself out properly. Now, if we get a laser machine that's capable of doing this size, we'll just turn it up. The idea is, on a laser machine, you want the focus on the laser to be midway on your thickness, so that, because as the focus, I don't know if you know anything about lasers, but they focus the light, and you don't want the focus to be up here. You want it to, not on. If you focus on top, that'll be nice and sharp. But then it'll flay out. So you'll have a tiny little cut there and a wide cut there. So it'll look trapezoid. It'll look like it's just angled. So how they get away with it, to compensate, they put the focus in the middle of the plastic. So you start with a wider flute, it gets down into the middle, finer point, and then it starts defocusing away on the last bit. Then you've got to have an air assist nozzle or something and suck all the smoke away, because the smoke gets in the way of the laser, and then you end up losing your cut. You have to alter the speed, and all the smoke goes all over your laser, so if you're not sucking out the fumes. So there's so much to it, but yeah, once you've got to try and stick to your workflow. Just watching along quietly, interested because my 3D print does some random jumps to where I want it to do the common sense pass instead of because there's a lot there. I've got a very cheap and nasty. I've never even took it out the box because it was so cheap and nasty. But it was a present, so I can't moan too much. I've never even built it because it's mechanical pieces. The stuff the stepper motor fastens to, it's just wood, lasered out wood. And I was going to mill out some plastic pieces, polycarbonate, to replace those wood. Because I know if they move, you've got to have solid. Yeah, it's got to be solid. Can't have things. Anything that moves is a variable, and if you want a constant output quality-wise, any variables will just vary your output. So you've got to get rid of anything to do that varies. So if the table wobbles, or if your material's moving in the, or your heat, if it's a printer. I don't know much about 3D printing. I said that. I know exactly how they work, but never done any physical 3D printing. Never needed to. I've always managed with either my laser or the CNC. Printer does all unnecessary jumping around, but it's all infill anyway. So you need to understand, yeah, it's like tiers of a cake, isn't it? If it needs a repeatability, any robotics needs a repeatability factor. I did something about some background years and years ago about robotics. In order for it to get a robot arm to hit the same point twice, if you have a pen or a fine point on a robot arm from years ago, and you told it the coordinates to go and plot, it would draw a little dot, and would draw a dot, and then you'd go and draw another dot and another one, and you'd keep feeding that arm with the same coordinates. Then you'd look at it, see if you did about 50 dots at the same point. They wouldn't all be the same point. They'd be maybe around a few millimeter area if you were lucky. But modern day CNC robotics now, it's that brilliant. It can spot it at rapid speed. Its repeatability factor is spot on. Because the mechanics was no good in them days. Now the robot arms are made with robots. They're made with CNC. They're made with robots. You get someone who used to do mill. One of the workers used to make engines, crankshafts. It was probably hand finished, and you get one guy who was great at it, another guy not so good. You know what I mean? Anyway, so that's okay there. So that's 2 bits done. So we can move on to this one now. So let's put the safe area out of the way for a minute. I don't want the safe area, but there's no way to switch it off yet. The only way to clear it off where it was is to drag it somewhere out of the way. You could do that after. You could just say delete, but I just put it out of the way normally. If you want it again, you just go up to there and bring it down again. Right, so there's the next bit now. So we've got front bottom and rear bottom. So I could take that, put that on a pen drive now, go down to my CNC. I could load. I would have to cut some material to size roughly to get it. I'd have to clamp it down on the CNC and make sure the clamps aren't forcing it to. If you clamp this side and that side, you'll end up, it'll bow in the middle and stick up. What you really need is a vacuum table. Put a vacuum table on it and it sucks the whole piece down flat. I need a vacuum table. Some people make their own vacuum table. But if you have a vacuum table, you've got to make sure your vacuum pump or your hoover, your vacuum, it's got to stay on all the time. Keep that down till you've finished all the cuts. So I use clamps. The clamps are no good. The clamps, when you tighten it, if you tighten it up enough to hold it down, you get a bow in the material. So there's another way of doing it. You could physically put some holes in it, one in each corner. If you needed to flip the same thing over and mill the other back, you could put some like fiducial marks, like holes that you drill through the piece at known coordinates, and you'd screw the plastic to the bench or to the table, the spoil board, whatever it is, and that will allow you to turn it over, mill one side, turn it over, mill the other. You'd have to bolt it down. And it's okay, you can do it, and I've done it before, but one wrong move and you're milling your holes aren't matching or lining up. Right, anyway, let's get this one done now. So let's make it unique. Oh, we've already done that, that's fine. So first thing we'll do, we've got to split it up. So this one's quite, yeah, it's got some pockets. We can't have those pockets though, and it's the wrong way up. It's the wrong way up because we need the pockets that get milled the other side, so we're going to have to flip this. So we're going to have to come at it. Yeah, these have got to be turned over. So we've got to turn these over. Let's turn them over like that, because we've got to mill this side and do the pockets to this side. So they have to be turned over. And that's going to have to be brought here as well. Yeah. So that's ready, turned over. Right, and the same with this one. Might as well do both together. Got to turn it over. And you've got to move it back to the line. Wherever you do, you've got to keep it on line. So that's it. Okay, because you've got to mill these pockets. So that one doesn't look like it's got a surface, does it? Right, so this has got no surface, so we might have to sort that out. So if you want to give it a surface, just take one off and put it back on again. No, that didn't do it, so undo, undo, undo array. So why something's spoiling it? There's a gap in something somewhere that's not allowing it to. Something missing. Let's just go on to parallel projection so I can see it better. Oh, I've lost the surface. Right, there it is. There's a surface. See this? There's a bit missing here. See that? So there's a problem there. We've got a surface missing there, and we've got some geometry missing. So that'll be it. And it's not always easy to see until you start to split it up. So we'll save that. Save it, and we'll just go back into the original model. So we're on the, let me just, before we do it, we're on the top left hand panel. So we've got to get that top left panel and correct it. Right, let's lose the front a minute. Right, so the top left is this one here, that one. So we need to find the geometry that's missing. I think it's this. Is it that there? Because we turned it over. Tell you what we'll do. We'll lift it up. We'll lift it up 50 mil, and that should allow us to see where the problem is. So it's not there. Here it is. There's the problem. See, there's bits of geometry missing. So it'll be easy to put the geometry back if we go into X-ray mode. We should be able to just put the geometry back. Right, and it's put the sheet. Is that? Yeah, that's the lot. The only thing it's done, it's defaulted it to. It's defaulted it to the wrong colour, so we need to select transparent. Yeah, there's lots to it. This workflow of mine, it's just what I've put together that works. That shouldn't be there. It's just I've got a way of doing it that'll work, but it's not easy. It's not the easiest way of doing it. I wouldn't advise it. If you can do it another way, I'd do it your way. It's not the easiest way of doing it, put it that way. But it's the cheapest, probably well, depends if you value time more than. If you value your time more than. Right, I think that's it. Yeah. So let's just have a scout round. That looks okay. Yeah, everything else looks okay. So we've fixed the original model now. So now we've got to put it back. So we've got to come back up the right way. So above and forward. Drop that back down. Come out of this X-ray mode. Put it back down. I can't remember now. Was it 50 mil? Yeah, 50 mil. Right, so we've got that there. Back again. So we need to copy that now again. Save. And copy it. Then go back to this one here. I think it's that one. Yeah. So we'll change the model out that we're working from. So get rid of that one. Paste. Paste it over there. Stick it there. Let's bring it over to this line and this line here. It's not quite going. Now it is, right. Okay, so we've got the got the new piece in place. So we don't need to do all that again here. We could just as well put the line in ourselves. So, right, so where are we missing it? There. We can just go ahead and put this in ourselves. Has this exploded? No, it's not exploded anyway. Just put that bit in ourselves. That's it. That'll do. Right. We don't need to mess too much. Begs the question why that's like that. That's weird, isn't it? Oh. It's because it's transparent and this bit isn't. So we can make it transparent if we choose the right surfaces. We'll just call it back the same, even though, see, that's moved over there. That has. Okay. So yeah, we're okay now. We're missing a surface here though as well. Oh yeah, we're missing a surface there. Oh no, I know what's happened. We're not missing a surface. We need to change this colour to that. There we go. Right, so we've got our surface back. So we're back as we were. We're on this one, top left. So now, right, where do we get to? We were trying to split this up, weren't we? We hadn't got a surface, so what we need to do now, we're up the right way, so that's good. We need to see it end on. It's the weekend and there's nobody on the radio. French, a lot of French on. Where's all the UK lot? Nobody in UK. Gotta jump off, man. Good information. Yeah. Lock slide. Take it easy. Have a nice day, mate. You're 5 hours behind. You've still got the rest of Saturday left for you. Yeah, my Saturday's... where are we? Oh, yeah, my Saturday's closing down, but yours is... you've still got it. Yeah, go for it, mate. Go for it. Have a good day. Thanks for joining in. No worries. Have a good one. Let me know when you want one of these things. I'll get it over to you and have a play with it. Alright then, do a video, have a play with it and do it. Say, I've got one of this off this guy in the UK, he's made it. Don't know why everyone's not using it. Yeah. Get some publicity, why not? Have a good day, mate. Right, there's nothing on this one. I'll say that, then I'll find something. Let's try 20 meters. French again. French again. Lot of French today, man. Where are they coming from? Coming from over the water. French from over the water. Alright. 69, whatever that means. 4, 5, 69. Yeah. Right, 1 hour 18. Is that it? Has that all been running for? 1 hour 18. Right, where did I get to? Alright, so we could do like that, I suppose. So we want the top bit this time. Okay, so sorted that out. Right, this is a weird one. So we need to right, I've got to get these circles off now. So these circles, now some of them are stitches, some of them are stitches and some of them are stitches and some of them are PCB mounts. Yeah. Jokes already. Oh, couldn't send it.
Mike 0 Papa Alpha Bravo.
Weird.
M0 Kilo X-Ray Golf Portable up on to Stoneclay Hill. I'll try at QFY 2550.
Right, so let's keep the level of concentration going. Lock slide, I just tried to send you a text back and it said it was could not send the message. Sorry mate, I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, right, so yes, so we want the top geometry definitely. But we want these off first, because we want to be able to snap to them. We want to be able to snap to them, so we need all these off a minute. Is that the lot? Yeah, so we want to cut them off. Come out, and then we want to paste them in place. Then we want to cut them, go back in, and we want to paste them in place. Right. That gives us the ability to do something with it. Then we want to go end on, and we want to keep the top geometry and get rid of the bottom. So let's get rid of all that. Okay. Then we've got to delete all these down rods. Seems to be 4 on each, 2 on some of them, 4 on some others. Now there's no shortcut to this. It's just got to go through it and delete them. You haven't got to, but I don't want it to affect the G code. I want a clean G code. So if you do any changes, you've got to go back and do it all again. If you change the model, you've got to come back and delete it and do it again. So that's why you spend so much time on your model in the first place, to save yourself now having a problem. Alright, so we need to bring that down to the floor. Adjacent face has holes. Right, let's have a look. So what is going on there? Okay. That's weird, isn't it? How can you have that bit? Oh yeah, because it's that's a pocket. Yeah, so I've got to touch this up first. I've got to touch this up like that. Everywhere there's a pocket, I've got to touch it up. That's it, and that's it, because it won't let me touch it without. Now it should let me. Should let me bring it down to the desk now. Yeah, and back up. Right, so we've got it there. Now, before we do much else, I need to copy that now. We can explode it. Let's explode it. We need to copy that now down to the bottom. Giselle. Alright, that needs to go down to there, just like that. And we need to work on this top bit. So we're going to do our inside cut on our holes first. So, our pockets, holes and inside cuts. So we need some more geometry just there. Just differentiate from pocket to cut. Well, that's weird there, isn't it? Why would you have that there? Oh well. It should be alright. Yeah, I should be able to mill it because it's got all this and that's only a pocket. Should be alright. Yeah. Probably that would move over a bit, really, but not going to mess with it now. I'll save it. So, what we need to do now is let's plot. Now I need a separate one for the small holes. Alright, so I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go to the loo. Back in the interim. Howdy do, we're back.
Only by computer could they be calculated and for the first time pictorially described.
Oh, it's a nice day to be stuck in here. Oh well. Right, let's keep on. Let's at least get the base done today. So I'll go and mill these last two out. Right, so we need to... got different holes, size holes here. So let's do the holes we have got. We know what they are. That's the stitching hole. That's a mainboard hole, that's a stitching hole. So we stitch the panels together with these. We'll do the motherboard holes after because we have to swap the milling bit. we'll have to do it. Yeah, we'll do all. Oh, we can't. Hang on, that doesn't make sense, does it? Right. Anyway, I'll make a copy of it. That's a small hole, isn't it? So what I'll do is that a stitching hole? Don't know what's gone on there. So that's a stitching hole, that's a PCB hole, that's a PCB hole, and that's a stitching hole. That's right. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's right. Yeah, that's right. So that's PCB. That's a PCB. Then we want an inside cut there, all the way through. And we don't need that one. We need that one. We need that one and that one. Now that one is going to be cut as it gets cut round. Yeah, I think. Or no, let's just do it. Let's do it. Then we want a 33% pocket. .33% pocket there. 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 There and there. Hold on a second. Alright. Right, so we've got that there. So we've got the cut and all this to do, that's right. So we can do that now. Put over that one. Right, then output the G code. So it's top left. Inside cut and pockets and holes. So we'll go on, it's the top left. Right, so top left, so let's just do that. So it's bottom, top, left, and it's gonna be inside cut, pockets, 33%. That also includes the stitching holes, so we'll leave it like that. Top left, so save that. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it. Top left, here it is. Right, let's have a look. So it's doing the plots, okay, that's fine. For the stitches. Yeah. Now it's going to start and pocket and cut. Inside cut. Inside cut. And the pocket. Yeah, and so far so good. Yeah, looks good. Looks good. Yeah. So that's turned out okay. Now we can't cut it out. So what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to swap these around, but we'll... So back to the model. So this one is going to have to be... Right, that's going to have to be done second. So... I need to number them. Anyway, so this is the final cut, but it's a copy of that one, so it'll be okay. Right, so let's work on this one now. So all we need off this one is these small holes. So we need to change the tool, and we need to... That's it. We need to... This is the motherboard holes, these are. Just the motherboard holes. So we need to do that first before we change the tool to cut the rest of it, because the final cut is done with the tool. Oh god. Oh yeah, that was one. Yeah, because the final outline cut, outside cut, is done with the same tool. It cuts all the rest apart from these. Right, that's one of them, isn't it? Yeah. And that's it. So that's the motherboard screws. The rest are stitches. So we can do that now. That'll be done with one tool. Probably need a text on it. Alright, let's have some text next to it, so to tell it what to do. So use 2.5 millimeter drill bit. For drill bit, and that's for the PCB mountings. Okay, so put that there. I'll bring that over there. And we'll output those. Now this is going to be called top left. Top left plunges. Top left PCB mountings plunge, and it needs to be a 2.5 millimeter 2.5 millimeter drill. Okay, top left. Okay, so we go over to here. Right, we open up that one. PCB mountings. So now it's just gonna gives me a chance to change the end mill for a drill bit. To drill out, just plunge the drill through the material, 6mm. And that's that one half done. Yeah. So now we can return back, and we've got to... So that's that one. We're going to need another one here now, because we've got a third tier to do. 590. So if I go 580 and 10 mil, I need to copy. I can either copy that one or the other one. I need to copy one of them. So I'll just copy that and bring it down to here. Yep, that's it. But now I need to delete all the plunges. And get rid of the plunges. PCB mounts. Now, if these are wrong, they're going to have to be moved around. And maybe we don't need a new plastic just for the one hole being slightly out. I could live with an extra hole in a prototype, but the model needs to be updated. Right, so we need to do a cut now. So we've done all these other cuts. So, in that case, it's just a cut as it is. So let's see, an outside cut. No, it's trying to follow all that, isn't it? So we need to just tidy this up a bit. Tidy this up. Why have we got rid of the face here? Right, that's weird. Okay. So as long as we've got the outline, just to need an outside cut. We've done all the milling that we need. Ah, it's that, isn't it? So, tell you what, draw a line there. Just got to fill them in, otherwise it won't put me a surface back. And to get the surface back, I need to just delete one and put it back. That's it. Now I need an outside cut. There's the outside cut. Okay, and safe area around it. Okay, are we zoomed in? Are we all online? Yeah, we're okay. So output, so this is the cut, outside cut, so we need to get rid of that. So top left, outside cut. That's all we need, and then we're using the end mill again. So I'll put a little note on 3 millimeter end mill, just to remind me. That's, should put them in stages, really. Should put it in stages. Number 1, do this one first. Number 2, do that one. But I'll probably number them. Right, so we've got our code. Let's have a look if it was what we expected. An outside, top left, outside cut. Right, that looks clean enough to me. Should have 13 passes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, unless that wasn't a pass. So yeah, that looks about right. It's doing some strange stuff there though. Alright, let's run it. What's it doing? Something not quite right there. Looks weird. It's like it's doing that twice. Right, there must be something it doesn't like. Let's have a look. The rest of it's clean. Yeah, it's just that bit there. Back to the model. Back to the drawing. So it's that corner. Doesn't like that corner there for some reason. Looks alright to me. Is there anything in it? The only thing we did is we delete some G code. Let's try it again. Let's delete all the G code. Let's even get rid of that line. Put the line back in. Right, and then let's do an outside cut. And try and generate the code again. Top left outside cut. Right, let's try again. See if there's any difference now. Top left outside cut. Looks the same. So I don't quite know what the hell's going on there, but anyway. Can I alter it? That's head. So it looks alright when you look straight down, so maybe it's going to make the CNC do a bit of a jiggle, but it will cut it out, so that's fine. Yeah, it'll cut it out. It's just doing a jig. Right, so we've got that one. So there's 3 there that have to be done. Save that. So now we just need this last one doing. Last piece, top right now. So if we can get that done, I've got all the G code. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever, 9, 10. 10 bits of G code to apply to the plastic. And I can work out what size plastics I need roughly with a bit of overlap so I can clamp it down, cut it out, and then I can even create that panel. So let's keep going. We've got an hour and 50 into it today, so we need to sort this out now. It's all French on amateur radio today. French coming in.
Charlie Fox, Foxtrot 8 Kilo Charlie Fox, contest. CQ Foxtrot 8 Kilo Charlie Fox, Foxtrot 8 Kilo Charlie Fox, contest.
F8. It's in France.
CQ Foxtrot 8
Shall I give him a shout?
Foxtrot 8 Kilo Charlie Fox, contest.
He doesn't want to speak to someone in the UK, he wants to speak to America or the other way. If I shout to him and go, it's Dave from UK, go, right, okay. So what? Never mind. They want distance, they don't want someone across the water. Right, anyway. Let's sort this out. Losing the concentration on this last one now. But when I've done this last one, I'll be able to have a break from this design and make some actual physical thing. Try the motherboard on and see how far all the holes are out. That'd be funny. Hey, wouldn't it be good if they were all spot on? I doubt that'll ever happen. I had to measure it all manually. Anyway, so we've got this and it's still an entity, so I need to go into it, select all the holes, all the holes.
8 Kilo Charlie Fox, contact.
And if you say, why are you live streaming this? Basically,
CQ Fox,
if I'm talking to myself and live streaming it, I can't get blamed for talking to myself. So I'm going to cut them out, come out of that, paste them in place, then I'm going to cut them, go back into it, then paste them in place. All that is so it allows me to use the tools properly, so it works. So I need to right, these need to be filled, so they're going to have to be so first I need to come at it off on the end like that. Got to go into it and delete all the geometry we don't want and start getting rid of all this again. Laborious process with these tools I'm using. Free tools at the minute for hobbyists, free for hobbyists. Unless you got the money to subscribe to all these tools, it might save yourself a lot of bother, but it's your choice. Level of concentration needed. Make sure you don't delete the wrong thing. So you can see why people design stuff and then they stick with the original. They don't want to go through the whole process again to make a small change. Probably same with firmware. Unless it's absolutely necessary, you stick with what you got. Right, let's go. Right, I seem to have different stuff there. Let's grab all that and bring it down to the surface. And just have a look to see if we've messed it up. No, we haven't messed it up. Right, so we've got it there, and we still need to explode it now. And before we do much else, we need to, well, we could retouch it up a bit. So let's touch that up there. See, ideally, you draw the model out, and then you say, "Here's the model." Get the AI to print it up to CNC it out. Maybe that'll come at some point. Alright, so you can see how many times I've got to do this for that model. Right, so that's the one panel. Before I do anything with that, I need to copy that now. I need to copy that and move it down, and I'm going to need 3 of them, so I'll copy the whole thing down here. Yeah, and one more down here. 3 of them. Okay. So this one's going to be the plunge of the stitches. So the stitches. So there's the stitches. There's a plunge for the stitch. And the stitches are in each corner, and they're slightly bigger than the PCB mounting holes. That's a PCB hole, that is. These 2 are stitches. Right, more stitches. More stitches. Now that's a PCB hole. And this is going to be a stitch. And there should be one more stitch over here. Okay, so that's your stitches. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 in each corner. That's it. Now we want an inside cut. There's an inside cut, inside cut, inside cut, and an inside cut, and an inside cut. So that's an inside cut. So now we need a 33% pocket. 33% pocket there, there. I've just missed an inside cut there. I'll have to do that in a minute. There, and there. Right, inside cut there. Okay, so that's all we can do on that bit. Yeah. Save that and put our safe area around it. Okay, and we've got to call this one. I think this one's top right. Yeah. So that was top left. And this is going to be not that one. So top left. It's not PCB mounting. It's that one. But it's not top left. It's top right. But everything else is the same, so save that. Okay, let's have a look. Try it out for size. Top left, top right, inside cut. I spelt it wrong as well, look at that. Can I rename it? Yeah. Pocket. Peakits. Oh, not very good at naming, am I? Pocket. Right, so okay, so we want top right, inside, cut, pockets and percent. Right, okay. Now it's all over the place, so I need to close it, go back in and load it because I messed around with the top right. That's it, it's top right. Right, so let's have a quick look at this. So we've got your plunges for your stitches. There should be 4 or 5, and that looks okay so far. It's looking right. Yeah, I think it's okay, so let's let it run. Yeah, it's doing the plunges with the 3mm end mill straight through the 6mm plastic, and cutting 6 squares out of 6mm all the way through. Then it's milling a 33% pocket. Those are for the screws that come in from the sides to hold it against. Yeah, so it looks okay. The yellow bit is just the tool path when it lifts up, and it lifts it up and then it brings it back down. We've got 10mm clearance. We lift it up off the surface, 10mm. Okay, that looks good. Right, so that one's alright. Is it finished? Yeah, finished. Right, so that's it. We've done that one. So the next one is this one here. Now this is going to just be changing the mill bit, end mill for, and all we want to do is plunge the PCB mounts. So there's one there, one there, one here, and any more? Yeah, there's one down here, and there's one more here. So that's all there is on that one. So bring the safe area in. It snaps to that. Okay, so I've got That's a stitch, that's a stitch, 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 stitch. Yeah, so all the rest are... That's right, so let's output that. And we can go off the same naming convention as we did the left. PCB mounting plunge. But it needs to be top right instead of top left. Top right. PCB mount plunge 2.5mm drill. Okay. And we can have a look at it. Load it in. Top right, PCB mounting plunge, right. So that is just plunging it down. Gives you a separate file, so it gives you a chance to change the bit. Just run that G code. Right, so the next one is... That's done. Oh, it's just an outside cut now. So we need to get rid of these. Just so, and that probably, and that. Yeah. Just want an outside cut now, and these lines make it go a bit crazy, so we can just get rid of them. Just get rid of the ones we don't want. It's going to cause it. It's only when they get near the edge it'll cause a problem. So that's close enough. So we'll do an outside cut on it. That's it. Bring the safe area down here. 10mm by 10mm. That's it. And we'll just output that. And that's going to be a outside cut, but top left instead of top right instead of top left. Right, okay. Oh, we're done. That was quick. Not really quick, but quick towards the end. So let's have a look at the cut. Top right, outside cut, there it is. And it'll just, the tool path, go around 12, 13 times and cut it out all the way down. Still got that bit of a thing going on there, but anyway. Must be the way the code generates it. So it'll just go round and 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 round 12, 13 times and it's done. Okay. So there's no point doing any more today. We've got the panels, the G code for all this stuff. The only thing I've got to be careful about is I need to put the drill bit in first to run these G codes before I do the rest, because the same bit I use for this bit is the same million bit that uses to cut out the panel. Right, so save all that. Let's go back to the model to finish up on it. Okay, there's your plastic. We've just there's your 4 bits of plastic that's stitched together that we're going to cut out today. Before I do that, I'm going to have to cut some to size to get it onto the bed of the CNC. And I can run the code, and then hopefully this evening, it is this evening already, whatever time it takes to cut them, maybe 8, half 8, something like that, I might be able to have it. So anyway, let's put it all back together. Front, sides, inner front, PCB, back plate, shelves, base feet, Zorro cards, HDMI card, PyStorm accelerator inner front, drive shelf assembly, lid, PCB mountings, front fixings, pin connector, floppy disk, back fixings and base fixings. That's it. I'll leave the drive bays off. So that, make sure we've got it all back together. So there's a lot to mill out here, lots of other panels, but once we've got the base sorted and the PCB on it, and the studs, we've got the base is where everything else fits to, So we need the base, and then I've got to go ahead and stitch the sides and the lid together. Yeah, they've got to be stitched. So there's more to do. It's quite good in a monochrome mode. Looks good in a monochrome mode. There's the new vents we added. New vents, similar to the vents on the real one. A few floppy drives. So yeah, that's basically what it's going to look like. But I mean, you could mill it out of white plastic if you want, black plastic, whatever, opaque, any opaque plastic. I'm going to be milling it out of clear polycarbonate because that's what I've got. Right, that's something like what it's going to look like. Something like. And when I make this bit, I'll probably surface mount and have some really nice fixings here, or don't know whether to pocket them. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like. Let's go back to the normal style. So yeah, there's a lot more things to mill out. All these other inner bits of plastic, spacers. But you've got to start somewhere. So it's if you've got yourself a CNC 6040, you're lucky because you'll be able to get the G code once I've proved it all and made one myself, and if you follow my videos you'll be able to make your own if you want to. Right, anyway, that's gonna be it for today. Till later on, maybe, if I can come up with the plastics by then. Maybe won't take long to mill them, just got to do it in the right sequence. So I'll put those files on a pen drive, go down to my CNC. Need to cut some plastic, manageable sizes of plastic polycarbonate, cut it down to fit on my CNC bed, then find a way of clamping it down, put the correct mill bit in and set it slightly higher, the material to start with, run the tool path, see if it looks like something like, trial run. If everything looks good, set it to Z height, to the material height, and run the G code from the start, and basically do this bit.
Just find the right place in the program, make the appropriate change, and we'll run the whole thing again.
Alright then, so I'm out of here, thanks for watching, and catch you this evening maybe, or maybe in the morning. I'm out of here, gone, and let's just put some stuff on there.
Only by computer could they be calculated and for the first time pictorially described. The art of computer graphics is only in its infancy. The computer converts these numbers into impulses that cause sound waves to come directly from a loudspeaker. The entire musical score accompanying this film was composed on a computer that can produce nearly endless variations of sounds.